Welcome to Long Lost Brothers, the podcast devoted to talking shit.
And self-improvement.
That's right. We are back. My name is Brett Scott.
And I'm Jesse Cole.
And we are the Long Lost Brothers.
Indeed, man. Been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a long minute. This might have been our longest break yet on Long Lost Brothers.
Yeah, it's like 3 months.
November. Look, the last time we talked,
Or 2 months.
Jake Paul hadn't even fought a real fighter yet.
Yeah, and then he boxed that dude and slept him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in the first round, yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
It is, and obviously
Oh,
it's like, no matter what happens, he's gonna get shit. Like, people are gonna give him shit. Like, he wasn't a real fighter. It's like, what the fuck you want, man? What do you want? Jake Paul could knock out Mike Tyson, and they'd be like, yeah, but he's old.
I know. I want to see him fight Mike Perry. How about that?
Okay.
That's the fight. If
honestly,
I
want to see him. I want to see him continue to fight boxers, and then KSI. I want to see the KSI fight.
Mike Perry is the bare knuckle boxing champion of the world. He has made 2 UFC champions quit. I mean, he broke Luke Rockhold's teeth. They're the same weight class. Jake Paul's a little bigger than him, but he said, I'll go right now at 180 and you can be whatever weight you want. Let's get it. That's a fight I'd be interested in watching. That'd be shit.
Oh, speaking of fights, man.
That'd be shit. Because
what happened to old boy that got no. Hold on. Before we get to that fight, what happened to old boy who got trained by David Goggins?
Dude, look, I love Tony Ferguson, man. Okay. Badass guy. Badass fighter. Weird motherfucker, but badass fighter. But dude, doing a hell week in your training camp is not optimal for fighting.
Yeah, especially with no sparring, right?
Not. It's good. Yeah. So you should probably be practicing the thing you're gonna do, dude. Like Tony's always in excellent shape. He's always in amazing. He has cardio for days. He's never tired. That's never been his problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. Patty the Batty took him. I like Patty, but it's like, man, you're letting like mid people just walk on you, dude. But he just signed another contract for like 5 or 8 fights, something like that.
Who did?
So, he's on a bad skid, man. 6 L's in a row. Tony Ferguson.
Oh, Tony Ferguson.
6 losses in a row, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, and he had like a 12-fight win streak at one point. He was, and he's put on some badass fights, dude. I mean, he's a legend. You can't take it away from El Kukui. But
just in a slump.
He just keeps getting weirder and worse at fighting. I don't know. Maybe he's doing a little bit of that cocaine. I don't know exactly, but then he
doesn't seem to stop John Jones.
David Goggins, and he's not a little bit. Makes him better.
John Jones could literally just come off a coke and alcohol bender after tripping on LSD and still fucking just destroy someone.
Well, he said that's what he used to do before the fights, is like, so that if he lost, he'd be like, well, I was partying all weekend. So he had that excuse, and he's just in there crushing. Yeah. And there's some badass fighters in that weight class right now, like Tom Aspinall, crazy UK dude. But John's like, I just want to fight Stipe, but John ripped his pec and something with his shoulder. Like, he's got some, he's got to he's got to recoup from that. It's not a little thing. So anyway,
Well, hey, what's been going on with Jesse Cole in the past fucking 3 months, man? Because you and I have talked back and forth, but like we haven't done our show in a long time, man. We need some updates.
All right, so once again, I had a relapse on alcohol pretty tough, but I got some help. Went back to take care of myself, get my recovery back, and then anyway, so all that happened in like the end of November. Yeah, and I've been dead ass serious, taking it super fucking serious. No excuses, no leeway. Just no, they're just not doing that because it's just like me. Alcohol just gets in the fucking way of what I'm trying to do. I can't succeed at the things I want to when I'm drinking. Because it's like I just don't drink like normal. I drink like I have to have it on reg. It's like I'm an alcoholic. One might say. So anyway, I did that powerlifting meet.
I can't have a drink or two. Like, I gotta get fucked up. If I'm drinking, I gotta get fucked up, and it's like,
it's like
it's too much. I can't moderate.
If I open the bottle, it's gonna we're gonna drink it, the whole thing. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
Got that dog in me. So anyway.
Yeah. No matter which way.
It's good that I finally turned that corner to where I'm glad we finally turned the corner to where it's like I want to be sober. Like that's I got in some trouble, had to go to some classes, like it's been a recurring theme over the last couple of years, but it's like there's no nothing happened. I was just tired of being fucking drunk. So I know what the things I got to do to get to where I want to be. So I'm doing those things. Then let's see.
Well, I appreciate you talking about that on the podcast because I don't think we've really delved into that before, and I don't like to put people on blast or anything like that, so I didn't bring it up. But
yeah,
I don't know. I appreciate that for you, for me, for anyone listening. You know what I mean? That that accountability is fucking key.
Yeah, secrets keep you sick. It's like I keep fucking pretending everything's fine, but I mean. Clearly, things aren't terrible. Like my low is just, getting fat and drinking too much. But, I got a little legal trouble last year. Nothing crazy, but nothing you want. So anyway, all that. But anyway, so I'm doing really good. Going to the places I need to go to take care of the things I need to take care of. Trying to keep it anonymous and at level
and powerlifting meet.
Film and internet. So yeah, so I did a powerlifting meet. I started training for this 2 weeks out, and I was on keto but drinking alcohol, so it was you never really get into ketosis. You just kind of replace the carbs with just alcohol carbs. So I was sitting at 215. And then I'm oh man, and then 2 weeks before the meet, I'm oh, I'm gonna do the meet, and I start training for it, and I haven't done deadlift, squat, or bench in quite some time, So I'm getting strong fast. Things are coming back, but I was eating a lot, and I wasn't really tracking them. It's oh, I'm gonna pound this chicken, I'm gonna pound these sweet potatoes. I was eating clean food, but dude, I got fat as fuck. I thought I'll walk on the scale and be 220, and no, I walked on the scale 230. So I was Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Well, I think it was 227 point something. And then I went to the doctor later that week or the next week, and it was 230. I was Jesus Christ. And they did my blood work too, because I've been having this pain in the top of my right ab. It feels like a stitch. I still have it a little bit, but it's gotten better since I lost. When we were in New Orleans, it was really, really active. It hurt, And then I trained with it through the whole powerlifting meet and everything. And it's just I feel like if you had like a little mini side ache like all day. So I went to my doctor. He's like, okay. Anyway, I got an ultrasound. I did a CT scan, all this shit, and then yeah, fucking. They said it's no sign of disease or injury. So my doctor thinks it's like literally my ab rubbing on the top of my ribs because I got fat, but I have big ab muscles. So that's what
He's like, you're just fat.
He thinks is. He said there's no sign. There's no sign of any. He said, yeah. So anyway, but as of right now, I'm down. I'm like, I had like 2 bad days of eating, and I was like 217. But most mornings I wake up about 215, and so down about roughly
Hell
47 pounds. And I'm still strong. I mean, since then, like, I had my mom had passed on the 22nd of December. She had a heart attack, and then there was a lot of hanging out or in the ICU with her and going back and forth, and just dealing with that. And in that time, I still am, but I was like really fresh in recovery, or in the not drinking stuff. So I was like, I didn't know where to fucking go. But anyway, I had been trained sorry, this is a very roundabout way to say all this. Haven't really like told this, drawn out way out of hand right now. But so like after the meet, the owner was like, dude, you gotta do some repetition work. Kind of laid out a little plan for me, and I was doing that, and I was sticking to it, getting strong. Everything's going pretty fucking good. It still is, but then with my mom, all this stuff going on. My mom is like, fucking lifting like the pissed off teenager, so I started pulling a bunch of maxes and shit. And I pulled 550 deadlift. That was pretty fucking. That was alright. I pulled like 430 in the meet. But for my last lift, I took my shoes off and like I ripped the fucking 430 like it was like a baby weight. But with my lifters or like joggers, it was like fucking killing me. So I don't know what the difference was. I mean, it was probably like this much a shoe, like deficit, But then I pulled 500 like a week later at the, in the gym, and fucking the owner's like, "What the fuck didn't you pull that at the fucking competition, you weirdo?" I was like, I don't know, it felt heavy, like I don't know, I trained only for 2 weeks for the meet. But yeah, so right now what I'm really doing is trying to slowly get to 198. I'm tracking my macros, I'm doing cardio, training with repetitions and like a lot of accessory work. I'm trying a couple new, I'm trying to like add more movements to my workouts. Like, I don't know, like just different things. Like my back workout is like my best workout now. I love it. There's so much shit to do at our gym. There's just simple machines, and I got my elbow right now, so that is a barrier to success. But the wrist will heal itself. The tendonitis, I've been. Do you remember? Have I ever told you about a voodoo band?
A what?
A voodoo band, or have you heard of muscle flossing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay, so I bought a voodoo band. That helps. And then I had some non-steroidal anti-inflammatories left over from like a year when my back was hurting me. And because I was reading online, like what are common treatments and non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Some people say muscle flossing, stretching, massaging the affected area. So I've been doing all that stuff, and then so I'm just gonna write it out until it's unbearable. Then I'm gonna ask my doctor to put a cortisone shot in it, but trying to treat it myself right now. But yeah, when we're like things are going good, I'm training hard, losing weight. I started tracking macros. I'm back on my MyFitnessPal for the first time in forever. And this is like actually my first time really trying to lose weight in a long time without doing keto.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice, like, this is kind of like if it fits your macros kind of deal, but I do like one of them a small Rice Krispie treat, like before I go lift, dude. Nothing compares to that with the pre-workout. I got super dope pumps, dude. It's been great. And
yeah, you always say, you remember, you remember I used to be like hardcore, like flexible dieting guy, right? Like, I mean, that was like the end all be all for me. I'm like, well, if it fits the macros, whatever. And you know what? What I've come to realize is like, especially like that works really well in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? But especially as you get older and start to like, your diet needs to reflect like longevity, not just like optimal body composition. You know what I'm saying? And for your brain to work best and for your joints to feel best and shit like that, there's more things that come into play. And I've come to realize that. I will admit, as I've gotten older, you start to realize like, man, I really need to focus on the micronutrients. Like, I got to make sure I'm eating enough vegetables. I got to make sure I'm getting enough vitamins and minerals. And man, I didn't used to focus on hydration at all. And now, like, I've completely schooled myself in hydration over the past couple of years because of running.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely changed my outlook. I do think that, like, I do think macros is a really good place to start, like a base of operations when you do dieting, just because it's something to track and it makes you learn, especially if you're not like deep into dieting or fitness or whatever. It gives you a game plan for one, like I got to shoot for these numbers. And it's normally, I say, like, first and foremost, focus on protein, right? Like, over anything. Before I tell anyone, like, cut this out or cut this out of your diet, just focus on hitting protein. And most of the other stuff will take care of itself.
Well, yeah, with these first 15 pounds I lost, I was just like, I have to get 100 grams of protein. Like, that's a very achievable goal. You know, it's sensible, measurable, you know, no problem. I can get 100 grams of protein easy. You know, so, like, I bake 5 pounds of chicken breast every Sunday. And just chop that up, and it's ready to go, because that, you know, that's easy. Throw it on the scale, get your 6 ounces in. That's like, I think it's 40. I don't know. I know that 4 ounces is 30 grams of protein. I think
sounds
that's right.
Yeah, it's about right.
But anyway, I'm punching it on the machine now, so I don't really gotta worry about it as much. So so I got that, and then I got some whey protein. I've been doing that just because it's like, okay, if I fucked up all day and all I had was like a fucking top of ramen or some bullshit, you know, if food wasn't really available and all I ate was just bullshit, it's like I can fucking put 3 scoops in a shaker and I can just pound that down, and that's 75 grams. And, you know, between that and like, it'd be hard pressed to catch me on a day where all the food except for a supplement was carbs. You know, like, I try to make sure I get meat in on the reg. But yeah,
I think a big
and I'm doing some flexible dieting.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I am doing some flexible dieting, but I am like also, I was talking to my buddy who's a bodybuilder and stuff, and bouncing about the same time I was talking to you, and he was talking about the importance of micronutrients as well, and I was like, yeah, it is important, you know, to get those veggies in. Like, I don't know, like Kimberly made this it's garlic chicken pasta with broccoli, and that's smacking. So hella good. You know, she knows that I'm like put a gang of chicken in it, you know, sauce, and then the noodles with the carbs, and then I got my broccoli for some micronutrients and stuff. That, and Kimberly's got this whole fucking regimen of fucking vitamins in the morning, like, every day. So that's hella dope. Plus,
you know what I started doing?
Airborne, that's the shit too.
I started taking like greens, like a green drink, athletic greens, just to get micronutrients I might be missing. And nice. It's the Amazon brand.
Yeah.
But it's it's something, and I feel good. Like I feel good. I have that every day. It's like one of the first things I have. A lot of times I'll mix my creatine with it because I take that daily as well. So I mix up like my creatine, my athletic greens, and just mix them together and drink it. Sometimes I'll throw it in a shake because you don't even taste it. When you mix it into like a protein shake, you don't even taste shit. But I kind of like the taste of the athletic green stuff, man. I don't know why. It's just it tastes like I'm doing something healthy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I can feel them vitamins. But yeah, I think focusing on macros is and like macros. People don't know macro like basically means big, right? It's the big nutrients that you intake. Micronutrients they're much smaller. They're usually micronutrients are measured in milligrams, whereas macros are grams.
If any, and I'd be surprised if any of our listeners doesn't know like the three main macronutrients is like protein, carbs, and fats, and then that's the main thing I'm measuring. And then I'm trying to keep my fats fairly moderate to low, but it's because my cholesterol is like fucking through the roof. Like I'm on meds for it and shit. So I'm like, my doctor's like, I know that's not the end all be all is to have a low fat diet, but I'm like, let's cut back. Let's not eat deep fried shit. Or if we do, let's keep it fucking minimal, because it's like, if I get fat from like olive oil and the shit that my wife's cooking, I don't.
Right.
But that fucking.
Well, look, also, exactly. Fuck the vegetable oils and shit like that. But like, if you can get some stuff from almonds, if you can get fish oils in your diet, stuff like that, like that's good. Like
we've been taking.
You don't. Your fats will stay pretty moderate if you eat the right kind of fats. It won't get out of control. It's when you dip into stuff that has a bunch of saturated fat, like that's when it adds up quickly. Because most things that have a lot of like saturated fats and different kinds of like not so good fats, they tend to have a lot of it. It's not like they just have a little bit. Like I take my fish oils, right, and it's like whatever. It's like 3 grams of fish oils or whatever, right? Like that's all it comes out to be is 3 grams of fat. But it has so much benefit. Meanwhile, you go eat some deep fried chicken or something like that, you're piling on fucking, tens of fucking grams of saturated fat.
I think like the worst thing I've had in the last couple weeks is like I had a barbecue burrito one day, then I had like a chicken strip one day. So, but other than that, it's like just not doing that kind of stuff. I'm just really trying to focus. Like fuck with Quest bars. I eat the protein, the pure protein bars. Like I'm like, all right. It's like because then it's like I had a Quest bar. I swear that shit tastes better than a fucking Payday. I was like, what the fuck?
Sometimes, dude. I mean, like sometimes a Quest bar is good as fuck. And you know what? It's funny because sometimes they taste like shit. Sometimes you bite them, you're like, this is cardboard. Why do I like this? But some of them, they just hit, dude. They're so good.
There's like the peanut chocolate covered one. I was like, Jesus Christ, motherfucker. But dude, I bought some of these like, but yeah, pure protein, they're super hit and miss. I'll buy the ones I buy the singular ones, from like that are just out in the thing and smacking. That's all right. I could deal with these. But then I bought a box of them, of these churro flavored ones, and I was like, these are fucking horrible. I was like, I'm gonna eat them because I need the gains, but I'm not into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I keep my box of little Rice Krispie treat pre-workouts in my car, so just like 90 grams of carbohydrate and sugar. I take that with my pre-workout. I know that's not like optimal for health, but there's something to it. I feel fucking like Godzilla every time I do that. So.
It'll definitely fill up your muscles with glycogen, man. It'll definitely give you energy too. Eating sugar does that. But I think it is important too. Like when you are intaking sugar, especially like just sugar, like table sugar, like processed sugar. If you're going to do that, it should probably be around some serious activity. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's why I take it like before I lift. It's that after that, it's like I like it, but if I'm not like staying active, I don't want to sit in bed and eat a bunch of bullshit, you know.
Yeah,
Except for ice cream, the hard one. I
it's tough,
just
man.
smashed some ice cream, but it's it's like even right now, I have to get down 40 grams of carbs and 40 grams of protein, and I already had my 3 meals and I'm full, and it's like, goddamn. So it's like, I'm in that place where it's like, do I just fucking whip up a big ass protein shake and I'll eat a Pop Tart, or like, or
Yeah,
or do I just
honestly, you're on like what, 200 grams of carbs ish.
yeah.
If you're that close, I would just worry about that protein. Like, fuck them carbs. You can go a little low
Yeah,
on carbs, but like, just get that protein no matter what.
well, yeah, I was planning on that, and it's like I bought some cheap ass whey, and does not taste good, but it
Yeah.
was like 75 cents for 25 grams of protein. I was looking at, it, I was like,
Okay.
that's a steal, dog.
Yeah.
So I'll use that, then I'll go back to the grocery outlet and get me another tub of that nasty shit. Kimberly has some
Yeah.
like super fire like ISO whey like the fuck was it? It's like what are those like pink popsicles? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, that shit. Those are. She gave me one scoop. I was like, God damn, mine tastes like shit compared to this.
Have you tried the cereal flavored proteins yet? Like the Fruit Loops that I was telling
Not
you
yet.
about?
Doesn't Six Star make those?
Yeah, they got some at Walmart. You can get yeah, 6 Star is actually not bad, man. Like it ain't Body Fortress. You know what I'm saying? It's a little better than Body Fortress was.
You can't tell me shit about Body Fortress. I love that shit. If
I drank that shit, but I didn't love that shit.
I remember me and you were like the ones that always stick up for Body Fortress on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
internet.
yeah.
Like,
Fuck it.
I get my $10 bag of fucking chicken from the fucking grocery outlet, my Body Fortress at Walmart. Dialed in,
Yep.
dog. Well, I forgot
Yeah.
how much dude, I feel like all this keto shit. Well, sometimes it had benefits. I feel like I cheated myself out of a lot of strength using that diet plan because carbs fucking give you a lot of fucking strength, a lot of explosive energy.
They definitely give you what your muscles
And
need to perform.
I'm not saying the keto diet's a bad diet, but I don't think it's
No, and honestly, if you're like, it depends too. How strict are you? Like, if you're like legitimate in ketosis and you stay that way all the time, and your body's fully into using fat for energy, and you're completely fat adapted and have been and will continue to be, then it probably works great. I mean, there are marathon runners who run on just fucking ketones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's like ultra marathon dudes that be on that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like I'm not even telling anybody what to do, far be it from me. But yeah, and I'm not saying I'll never employ like keto again. I think like there's definitely advantages to low carb. Mainly, it's fucking simple as fuck. That's the easiest thing. That's the easiest thing about it is like, okay, I just identify this one food group that I don't want to eat and just don't eat that.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yeah, I feel like tracking macros. Because I've been doing it in my head, like to make sure I'm getting my protein and shit, and my protein intake in. But I'm like, all right, dude, it's time to take it to the next level. Like, let's get down, dog.
Yeah.
Because I'm in May. I'm gonna lift at 198, and I'm gonna set my biggest fucking total ever.
Hell yeah, biggest total, and you'll be at a lower weight too, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at 198, and I'm gonna deadlift no less than 500 pounds. I should be able to bench 315. And I want to squat 450. I hit a 450 doubles on squat. That was at like 219 pounds. But yeah, I mean, I was dealing with all my mom's stuff because my mom did pass. I don't know if I got to that part in my saga, but my mom passed on New Year's Eve, and that that was That's a rough one, you know.
I do know. It is.
Yeah,
And
I know.
and it's a rough time too, because my mom passed around the same time, not New Year. It was just after New Year's though, like early January. And then, but the fact that you were going through like some recovery stuff and stuff like that, like I applaud you for being able to remain in recovery and stay sober throughout that, because that's
Well, yeah, and no lie, because like there's this doctor, she's real cool. She's like, you know, definitely trying to manage my expectations.
yeah.
Because it's like my mom had a surgery, she had a heart attack, she had a surgery, she had 6 stents put in, which is a lot. And mind you, my mom's like 4'8" and like very small, you know, very very frail. 75-year-old woman, you know, doesn't have great mobility, so it's like she survived that. I was hanging out with her. I thought everything was gonna be good, you know. I was like, oh, cool, mom had a heart, but you know, it's like my dad had a heart attack. He's fine, you know. So I thought, she'll bounce back, you know. They sent her home to the rehab center, and then she had uh, another massive heart attack at the recovery center, and then she was in, you know, that was kind of the end of my mom's, you know, her being able to talk or anything like that. And then we got to the point where, you know, all the brothers and sisters came, and we had to make a decision. You know, they're doing the kind of in the life stuff, like at what point do they, you know, trying to ask us how long do they keep her alive and that kind of stuff, you know, like that. But the day before, we were going to kind of have to have that serious talk. My mom actually had another heart attack and a stroke, and it killed her. So that was that. And then, yeah. And when the lady was managing my expectations, I was like, walking out of the hospital, I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to drink right now. And I like, you know, it took a lot of me to not pull off at the total wine and just go, you know. But I was thinking about it, is like, man, it would have been so bad if I was doing my alcoholic bullshit here and all that. Like, I wouldn't have been able to be supportive or strong for my family. I would have been having excuses to not be spending time at the hospital with everybody, you know, like, or I would have been like, I just know myself, I'd have been doing some fucking stupid shit. And yeah, I, you know, that was the day that I pulled that fucking crazy deadlift. I was like, all right, you got to go put this energy somewhere, and I don't want to land at the bottom of the bottle. So, yeah,
I'll take that over getting drunk any day. You know, like you literally did something that, even if it's just the slightest bit, you like felt good, and not in the way that alcohol makes you feel good, like temporarily, like it's something that you.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, I left it all in the gym, as I say.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and it's funny because and I videotaped it, and for some reason on New Year's Eve I decided, oh, you know what? I was grieving my mom, but I was like, oh man, I haven't put a short on YouTube in a long time. I'll put this PR. This is kind of cool. That was a bad. That was not a good choice. Some feller commented some, I used to do this and that and lose the straps, and what fucking cares? And then of course, you know, I'm like, well, who's this saying all this negative comments? And of course, you go, they have no content. There's no profile picture. It's fucking Jeff from Missouri, fucking It's like,
typical troll.
Yeah.
I love when don't you just love when people say I used to do this?
Yeah, it's like, if it wasn't like 3 days ago, get the fuck out of my face, because I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
You know, if it, I mean, you know, okay, if it was like last year, cool. But it's like when I was in high school, and it's like we just like fucking kids. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking 41. Jesus Christ, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, damn, dog. My kids are grown, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. But I just told him, like, man, you're so right. I hope I can be like you one day. I think I
Yeah.
said something like that, yeah. But whatever. I'm still
Yeah.
posting my little shorts.
Yeah. I can't help. You're like, man, I can't wait till one day I can be telling some other dude what I used to do.
I
Thinking
know.
back on this. Yeah. So dumb.
But yeah. And so anyway, I digress. So it's been kind of a fucking crazy season for me. And then like, yeah, there's like a country song. A bunch of bad shit happened over the last couple
Your
months.
dog got sick.
Yeah, a fucking pipe burst under my house. Fucking
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a bunch of shit. There's more, but it's not my business to tell everybody.
Well, at least you still got your truck and your old lady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's usually how those songs go.
Yeah, fuck, piece of shit. Ford broke down. Dude, you know what? There's this. Have you heard of Morgan Wallen? You know who that is?
I've heard that name.
He's a country singer.
Yeah. Okay.
That motherfucker can sing, dog. I love his music, but it's like every song's about drinking, pretty much. Like I've never been in the country except for like until like the last year and a half. But it's like I catch myself singing that shit. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker makes me want to drink, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Make it sound fun.
Yeah, well, not really. That's the thing. It's like just
it's like depressing drink.
Well, he's like, last night we let the liquor talk. Can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You know, just about like that him and his old lady getting drunk.
Oh wait, yeah. You know what? I do know who that is because all of a sudden Eva likes country too. So she likes that. She likes that fucking song, and he's got a lot of similar sounding songs.
Yeah.
But like, Eva's like, I kind of like this.
Yeah, I'll fuck with that fool. But then you go to his fucking you see his YouTube channel, and dude, he does not look at you. He always reminds me like he's gonna be that dude from Yellowstone, but then you go to it and he don't even have a cowboy hat, bro.
Yeah, yeah. He was on the actually he was on the fucking Dick Clark the New Year's thing. He performed they did one from Nashville, Tennessee. And so there was like one in Nashville, you know, obviously there's the one in New York. Well, another channel was broadcasting from Nashville, and it was all country. Like it was all country stars and shit like that, which normally I wouldn't watch, but we had it on for whatever reason. And but yeah, he was on there. He did a couple songs.
Yeah, that motherfucker's got a good voice, man. I like his music. Sings about drinking a fucking lot, but
it's got an interesting rhythm to it. It's like a poppy kind of country.
Yeah, it is.
I'm almost like a hip hop, like a feel to it, like a flow to it. It's got like hooks, you know what I mean? It's like hooks.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, I mean, it is pop country, but it's I don't know. I fuck with it.
Man, I just been, you know, I started a new job. I don't remember if I had already started it. I don't think so. I don't think I'd already started the new job last time we recorded.
I think that's what sparked the hiatus, actually, is you were getting ready to start this new job and you're kind of gearing up for that.
Yep, and it's weird because I'm working days now, man. I'm not a night guy. I mean, you see me at night, but it's more like second shift. Where I'm usually home by like 9 or 10. So it's dude, I'm getting such better sleep. I feel so much better physically. I've been going to the gym 4 to 5 days a week. And I'm focused on strength training again. Like I do a little bit of cardio every day, like running, just to keep that cardio up a little bit for if I do want to run like the half marathon this year or what have you. But it's literally like I go in and I run 2 to 3 miles, and it's kind of like my warm up. Like I mean, I push it. I try to do a good like running workout, but I'm more focused on the strength training again, and I fucking love it, dude. I haven't felt this good about like lifting and stuff in a long time, because I got into like running so much, and especially over COVID when I just went straight body weight exercises, calisthenics, and I got in pretty good shape. But see, what happened is I started doing way more running than I was anything else. Like I'd still do the calisthenics and shit, but the basis of everything was cardio and long distance endurance stuff. And so it was weird when I first started it. The running, there was a nice balance where I was still lifting several days a week and I was running. But once I got into running like the full marathon and shit, from then on it was just calisthenics and running. And while at first I was in fantastic shape, I'm like, damn man, I got lean as fuck, and like I still got some muscle. And then like because I wasn't actually lifting weights, I was only doing calisthenics, and then the calisthenics even got less and less as I upped my mileage. I just wasn't happy with how I looked, how I felt. I felt weak, and now that I'm focusing more on strength training again, it's fucking great. Like I said, I'm still probably running at least 10 miles or so a week just to keep a little bit of cardio.
I'm getting like 7 and maybe like 7, like 5 to 7 a week. But I'm not running, but I'm doing like 3.5 incline and 3.5 speed on the treadmill for at least a mile. At least a mile.
And I will say too that I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing it up a little bit because I'm actually like some days I'm running and some days I'm biking. So, and I usually do like 20 to 30 minutes every time I go to the gym, and then I strength train for probably an hour. And I'm not doing what I used to do, which is like way overtraining, like super high volume, a whole bunch of different movements with different angles and blah blah blah. I'm really just focusing on like big movers. Like there's no squat rack there, but there's a fucking Smith machine, so I'm doing squats on that. I'm doing deadlifts on that. I'm doing what I can, and I'm making it more compound lifts. So I'm mostly focused. I do upper body one day, lower body the next day, upper body, lower body. So usually 4 times a week. But I'm hitting the whole body twice, but each day that I'm in there, I'm focusing mainly on 2 lifts. Like I'm not in there doing fucking, like I don't go in there and do leg extensions, leg curls, squats, leg press. I don't do that anymore. Like I'm literally going in, I do my run, I do squats for like 3 to 5 sets, and I do deadlifts for 3 to 5 sets. That's my lower body day.
Okay.
Then upper body day, it's like I do 1 horizontal movement, 1 horizontal push, and then 1 lateral pull and 1 lateral push.
Okay.
That's it. And then I hit abs.
I've been hitting abs too.
I'll tell you what, I'm not even doing arms. And I could probably stand to do some arms to be real, but it's just not the priority. You know what I mean? Because my arms are still getting some work when I'm doing pull-ups, chin-ups, rows, bench press, overhead press. Like you're getting some fucking arm work. I'm just not doing direct arm work because for one, it takes more fucking time to do that. I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck.
Yeah.
So if I go in and have an arm day, well, my chest didn't get any work that day. My back didn't get any work that day. But if I go in and do a chest or back day, my arms are getting work too. So I'm like, I'm just trying to get
to a back day, or an arm day at all. I feel like like I do tricep pull downs and face pulls to warm up for bench. So then so these are all hot and ready to go. My triceps are ready and had some resistance.
Primed.
And then I bench 3. Right now I'm doing like 3 times 8 on my heavy movements at 70%. So I'll bench, and then after that I do like heavier tricep pull downs. You know, like Saturday I was filming myself and I did the whole stack 200 for 5. After I did just did a lot of sets of triceps, just kept adding weight and getting as many as I could for 8, and I got to the bottom of the stack and I hit 5. So that's pretty good. I was pretty, yeah, I was impressed with myself.
That's another thing too, is like I'm not going super high on reps either. Like I'll pick a weight, like I'll get to a weight, and I'm trying to increase a little bit over time, right? I'm trying to build back up my strength. And so, you know, I might increase by 5 or 10 pounds from the last week. Probably not the last workout, but the last week. Right?
That's why I like them 2.5 pound weight plates.
So but I'm also, instead of doing like 10, 12 reps and shit, I'm mostly doing like one workout, I might be just doing 5s, like a 5 by 5 of something. And then the next workout, I'm usually doing like 5 by 8. So I up the volume a little bit, drop the weight a little bit, but I'm still saying heavy enough to, I'm like 8 is where I'm stopping. So 5 to 8 reps, that's the range I'm working in mostly. I'm trying to get better at movements, get really, and I've noticed too, man, the more I'm focusing on this, my joints, my back and shit has felt better than ever. Like just cause I'm, like I said, I'm not going super heavy. I'm not trying to push maxes, but I'm also not going super high volume and wearing out my muscles and then being weak and losing form towards the end and stuff like that. So I don't know, adding this stuff back in though, deadlifts and squats and stuff, and a little less pounding the pavement.
Yeah.
I feel like my back feels better. I'm trying to build my leg muscle back up, because that's one thing that, like, with running really went by the wayside, like quick. It's like your legs shrink quick when you're running endurance, dude.
I know that.
So I'm building that back, and that just feels good. Just feeling those muscles fire again in that way, like really feeling your glutes, you know what I mean? Really feeling your fucking quads blow up and just feeling strong walking around. Like I feel like my posture's improved. Like I don't know, my back doesn't hurt like it did before.
My lower back's not like the squats and deadlifts I'm doing. So like deadlift day is like its own day, because then after that it's like I gotta stretch and then I gotta walk it out on the treadmill, and then I have to space out my squats and my deadlifts pretty far from each other for my lower back to be able to compensate for it. But I've been doing like a lot of back extensions, and like I'm trying to really like strengthen my glutes so that they can kind of take over some of what my lower back is doing. And then I'm also like trying to really work on my hamstrings right now. So my quads are super strong. My abs are pretty strong, but I feel like my lower back and my glutes, my posterior chain is kind of lacking.
Oh, that's another thing I've been really focusing on is probably 3 days a week, I bet I'm hitting abs. And I'm almost always hitting weighted abs. Like I'm not doing a bunch of just, like I do sometimes like do crunches, but it's always like an incline, something to really fucking make it harder. I use a lot of machines. I use a lot of weights and stuff to like do core work, because I'm trying to build the abs. Like, you know, I'm trying to actually build them. And, you know as well as anyone, like contrary to popular belief, fucking all muscles build the same fucking way. So, you know, you don't build the abs by doing high reps and the biceps by doing high reps, but build the chest by doing lower reps. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. Abs are built the same way. The fucking quads are built, that chest is built. Like there's no muscle that reacts better to a whole bunch of high reps or like lightweight and high reps. That's silly to even think that. Like the muscles grow in a response to the load put on them, right? Like, so if all you're ever doing is your own body weight, your abs aren't going to get bigger.
Right.
So I've been really focusing on like doing rope crunches with weight. Like I said, incline stuff while holding plates and shit like that. Yeah. So I think that's probably been helping a lot too with my back, my stability, and like the squats, like hurting my lower back and stuff, is really like focusing on like hard, heavy core stuff as well.
Yeah, the hype. I want to get back on the hyper or reverse hype machine. That, but it's like for me, it's easy to like put too much and then it fucking blows my back out. I had to get like, I had to really be measured in like what I'm doing. Cause I used to put fucking 4 plates on each side of that bitch and rep it out, and no problem. But now, but then I try to do 2 plates, and that was like all she wrote, and that kind of sent me into that whole spiral of like having like serious back problems for a while. So it's like I had to know like when to quit with my deadlifts and stuff like that, my squats. I was like, all right, like I could push through this, but that's gonna fuck me off for like a week. So maybe I'll just cut it a little bit short. Like, and I feel like that way I'm gaining more because my back, like I am strong enough to pull some heavy ass shit and just make it happen, but my lower back will not be happy with it. So right now I am actually like, taking time and doing a lot of like hyperextensions to build it. I've been increasing my mobility quite a bit. That's something I've been like adding back in, like taking a good 10 minutes of stretching and like make sure everything's ready to go. Like before it's like, oh, we're training legs, let's stretch out our lower back and our legs. But now it's like no matter what the movement is, I stretch the whole body out. I'm rolling my back, I'm doing reverse or I'm doing pigeon poses, I'm doing seals, I hate doing this one stretch, man. It's where you like stretch out like you're gonna get butt fuck doggy style and like fucking
Yeah.
I hate doing that shit that at the gym because it's like, man, people looking at my ass right now, which is sus.
Yeah.
But it's gotta be done. Gotta maintain, gotta be pliable, and you gotta maintain a certain amount of mobility. And
I think it's a good point that you made though about kind of knowing when to back off too, because the way I used to work out is contrary to what I actually probably think now, which is less is more a lot of times with strength training. Like honestly, you're going to get the best results from doing the least you can for the most results. Like you don't want to just batter a muscle group to death. That's not how they grow, like not optimally. You want to give them the right stimulus and the right message that, hey, we need to get a little stronger. We need to grow a little bit. But you don't want to fucking teach them like you don't want to be sending signals like, hey, you're just going to get battered all the fucking time. That's not the message you want to send muscles to grow. You want to stimulate them to the point where it sends a signal that says, hey, we need to grow a little bit. So that's, I think I'm feeling a lot better. Go ahead.
I think for the big compounds, there's something to be said for like 24 reps, like whether it's, triples or 25, 5 by 5 or 3 by 8 or whatever. I feel like that's good because like a lot of like conjugate, they do 8 sets of 3, fast, so that's the speed day. And then there's another day that is your maximal effort, right? So at 70% for 24 reps, I feel like there's some kind of good. That's a good like a Goldilocks spot, where you can get good results without, it's like you're gonna by the time you warm up to that weight, 70%, you've got a couple sets and a couple acclimation sets in. Like I'll take a bar to warm up and then I'll just rep that out to get my posture in for 50. I'll hit it for 50 reps or just the bar to get that movement set up exactly how I'm gonna want it. Then I put on a plate and just hit it for 12, 15, something like that. Then I put on 185 and go for 10. And then I'm putting the 2 plates on and whatever changes above that is at my 70%. And then that's when I'm getting serious. I'm dialed in, I'm setting up, and I'm really trying to get those reps. And if I'm short a rep or 2, that's fine because my chest and my triceps are like done everything they can to get there, They're locked in with the best. If I fail the rep, that's fine. If I come up short a rep or 2, shit happens, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, dude, you know, because there's gonna be another chest day in about 3 or 4 days. We're gonna do it again, you know. So it's like
Yeah,
people
and
get hung up.
honestly, if you would have pushed those last 2 reps, you'd probably have got less good results than you do at stopping where you did.
You're gonna twist your shoulder. You're gonna get you're gonna have a
Yeah.
fucking problem, you know. It's like,
Yeah, live to lift another day.
you know, which sucks. Yeah, and which sucks because sometimes you don't have. When I don't have a spotter, I'm like, fuck, man, do I go for another one? You know,
Yeah.
or it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this one, but this ain't gonna be no competition, bench baby. You know,
Yeah.
So those who can't see, I'm doing this dramatic thing. And those are just listening, doing this dramatic motion where it's like a super chest bounce, you know. But yeah. But anyway,
we've talked for a fucking hour about our fitness. Let's, but I get it, man. We haven't talked in a long time on here. Have you been watching True Detective season 4?
I watched the first episode. I kind of was waiting until it gets to episodes so I could watch it straight through. I'm right now. I'm binging The Bear. Super fucking good. It's got John Barenthal in it. That's he's only in a cameo kind of thing, very limited role. But it's got. Did you ever watch Shameless?
Yeah, it's got that dude in it, right?
Yeah, Lip, the dude that plays Lip. There's a cameo from the brother that's bisexual or gay or whatever. There's a cameo from him.
Listen, you just mentioned him. I wanted to say, because you brought up The Bear. I haven't watched it, but I knew he was in it, and I knew he was in Shameless, the dude you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, I just saw yesterday. Eva and I went and saw The Iron Claw.
The Iron what?
The Iron Claw. You haven't heard of this?
No.
Okay, so The Iron Claw is about. It's about the Von Elrichs, the wrestling brothers from the 80s, 70s, and 80s.
Oh yeah, and it's got what's his face in it? As Zac Efron, right?
Yeah, fucking jacked Efron. Motherfucker's a beast in that movie, dude. Hitting the sauce, son.
I seen.
Dude, Zac Efron for me, and I've been saying this for probably at least 15 years. Zac Efron is super underrated as an actor. He's so fucking good, man. But he kills it in that movie. Great movie. But that dude you're talking about from Shameless, from The Bear, he's fucking excellent in that movie. He plays Carrie Von Elrich, and he's fucking.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great actor.
What am I saying? Von Elrich. Von Erich is their name. And he but yeah, he plays a great fucking dramatic role in that. Like fantastic. Yeah, you saw that they covered that on Time Suck?
Yeah.
The Von Erichs?
Fell asleep. Yeah, I fell asleep because that's kind of like my lullaby these days is Time Suck on Mondays. Put it on till I fall asleep. But yeah.
Yeah, it's solid though. So at least when it comes out on streaming, you should check that out. It's really fucking good. Really fucking good.
Oh, I will. And then what else? And then there's a show on Paramount. It's called Evil. It's pretty cool.
I've seen it on there. Is it?
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's got a lot of seasons too. It's cool, man. It's like this gal who's not religious. It kind of just takes you like behind the veil of like demons and stuff like that. And she's like, there's a priest, and then there's some guy that's like completely atheist. Like he's like into debunking stuff. He's a computer guy, and they're kind of this team that works for the diocese, debunk or seeing what's real, like with like possessions and stuff like that. And there's all this intertwining plot, and she has kids, and it's a drama. And there's a demon that's trying to fuck with her, and all this stuff. It's a good show.
Interesting. Is it coming out weekly, or is it like already all out?
I think it's already all out. I think they're doing another season though. But there's at least 3 seasons out right now.
What did you think of at least the first episode of True Detective? Because it's quite different I feel like, than other seasons.
I like it. Jodie Foster, right?
Yeah.
She's like, Agent Starling. So seeing her kind of back in that cop role is like, all right. And then
Yeah.
the veteran girl, she's cool, hot,
Mm-hmm.
a little muscly. It's creepy though, right? And isn't there like some kind of supernatural kind of thing going on?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's different, man, because it's definitely leaning more into the supernatural than the other seasons, especially that first season, kind of hinted a little bit at like the darkness, that there's like an evil in the world type thing, like, true evil. They hinted at stuff like that in season 1, but they never went full on supernatural. Like this motherfucker, first episode, spoilers, like everyone just disappears from a fucking science facility up in Alaska. Just vanishes.
Right.
It's fucking wild. And there's some weird shit going on. Like, we don't know what it is yet, but
I'm gonna have
watched
to
the second
rewatch
episode as well.
I think I'm gonna have to rewatch the first episode. I don't think I was giving it the proper attention it deserved. I think I was been kind of sidetracked with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you that the last scene in the first episode is like, what the fuck? You're like, what the fuck?
The
like
scene in the first episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
The arms and all that.
Yeah, like clearly something. Clearly something supernatural is going on.
I was kind of in and out of the episode. I don't remember what I was doing, but I remember I saw that at the end. I was like, oh, I need to rewatch this so I figure out what happened.
Yeah, you definitely should. And I found out that it's only 6 episodes.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that on here, I think. If you get caught up next week, we'll have 3 episodes in the tank, and we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'll watch that. I'll get caught up.
Other than that, my wife and I went and saw Wonka. Fucking love that movie, dude. I didn't expect to. Yeah, dude, I did not expect.
Me and Kimberly, we almost went to see that because we went and stayed up at the beach. Kimberly's just like, you've been in your head too much. We need a little getaway. So we live like an hour from the beach. She got this like Egyptian themed cabin and just had a cool date and stuff. And
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and we were gonna go see Wonka, but I was still like, what? I was like, that's a kid, but no.
It's solid, man. It's it surprised the hell out of me. Like I thought, another fucking reboot, another fucking 50 years later sequel. You're never gonna recreate Gene Wilder. You know what I mean? Like, dude's trying too hard to be Gene Wilder. But I fucking loved it, man. It had a lot more story than any, than the original.
See, I had all the skepticism that you had, and that's what deterred me. Because I was like, "What are you gonna do better than Johnny Depp, better than Gene Wilder? Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
I think he played it well, man. I think he was it was a lot of fun. It was like, it was very silly, but heartfelt. Like it was solid, man. It was like a lot. I like I said, I expected, because I recently watched the original maybe a week or 2 before I went and saw that one. So I'm thinking like,
I used to watch that show like all the fucking time when I was a kid. So like, I wouldn't need to rewatch it. It's like a Christmas story. I've seen it so many fucking times. We was at the VHS, and that was like one of the shows we watched like every fucking day.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so hold on.
My babysitter had it on repeat.
So I know that we've shifted to pop culture, but I got to wrap up. But I want to get back on a thing real quick. A thing.
Okay.
So
let's go.
You're essentially, both of us are kind of bodybuilding right now.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
I think this summer, me and you should have abs and be jacked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I think that's possible, and I think that we should try to. Both of us just. I think it'll be easier for you. You already have, like, you can see your abs if you flex them right now, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I stay pretty lean. Like I said, I've been running, man. I've been fucking running all this time. Like, but I'm trying to build them bigger. I'm trying to build my abs bigger. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be a peak Jesse this summer. I gotta stay. I can't get too cut up before. I can't crash diet. I could, but I'm not gonna crash diet.
Fuck that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna take it slow. 'Cause I built some fucking muscle. I've been training consistently since the 2 weeks before the meet that was in November. So, I'm 3 months into training my dick off. And I'm getting my nutrition dialed, and I think I'm gonna after the meet in May, I'm just gonna start just getting, worrying about physique.
Yeah, I could say July. I'd say July. I bet you'd be looking pretty fucking good, man. If you're already at 198, if you're already at 198 in May.
Because I started showing abs at 190. You can see my top two. And right now, my abs are big, and I'm gonna be training them regularly. So my abs, you can feel them in there. They're, I'm I got that weird physique where it's like, how's he fat, but it has part of an ab.
Part of an ab.
And that's already going, and I'm 215 butt naked in the morning after I piss. So I think we can get there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it. Let's do fucking hot boy. Let's call it Hot Boy Summer.
Yeah, Hot Boy Brothers.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm trying to be fucking beach ready, man. If I need to go to the beach this summer.
Okay.
I'm trying to be pool ready. I'm trying to show up. I'm trying to be like, damn, why is that 40-year-old dude look better than all these fucking 20-year-old dudes? That's what I want to fucking do.
I don't want to go through the hungry skeleton phase though right now. I want to, because I'm already big. I could, if I just take it slow and maintain, I can get there without having to rebuild. Because I did the cardio thing to death where I was super shredded, but then I see some of it, I'm like, damn, dude, that doesn't really look healthy or good. My chest.
It's all perception, man. It's all perception. You did look pretty good. I think you looked healthy, but could you have had more muscle? Could you have had more muscle and been that lean? Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's where it's gonna have to be more scientific. Because before I was just I just want to eat carbs and I'll run and I won't eat for days on end and I'll just run and the push-ups, and it worked out great to a point, and then it got to a point where it was it looked like Auschwitz. I see there's one video that comes up where I'm flexing, I'm thinking I'm hot shit, and I'm like, so crazy. But then after I reintroduced some carbs, and then by Christmas time I was like, oh, okay, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And in my head at the time I was thinking I was getting fat, but I was like, no, that's how you want to walk around, Daddy. That's it right there. 185, 180, that's where I'm I look good, feel good, can move good. So that's goals. My hip, man, I know you don't want to hear about my old ass hip, but I tried to run and it started hurting, and I'm like, I'll stay in my lane. I gotta do my elevated hard walk, and I get my sweat on, and that's if that's what I can do pain free, that's what I got. So
I honestly believe that once you drop the weight, you'll be able to run again without that hip fucking flaring up. I really do. Because you gained a lot of weight back quickly before that hip started really fucking with you. And so I do think, but take it easy until then. Until your body feels like it's ready, don't fucking try to run. Why?
Yeah. Well, I was feeling good, getting my wind. I was like, all right, let's move, baby.
Yeah.
And I could, I could hobble along, do a little bit, but it's the next day I was like, oh man.
If you wanna put in some harder cardio, just hit that bike. You know what I mean? Or hit that
elliptical.
Yeah, why not? Do a fucking rowing machine, man.
The rowing
That's a fucking beast too.
The rowing machine has always hurt my hip, even before this hip.
Really?
A running part. Yeah, I don't know what it was back in 2016 even. Like this hip's kind of been fucked up anyway from doing taekwondo and shit. It's like I had some kind of thing where the snap in my kick would kind of like make it kind of hurt. So it might just be like this hip's just kind of shit. I don't know.
Fuck it, man. Hit some fucking battle ropes. You know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of cardio you can do. Also, dude, I don't know if you've ever seen this.
My favorite cardio is sex.
Of course, but we all know that's like a fucking 5 to 10 minute fucking workout.
I was gonna say 3.
Yeah, it's like HIIT training, but then it's fucking done, right? You ain't even doing intervals. Anyway, there's a machine at my gym. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it's like just all arms. It's like an arm bike.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
I wish we had one of them skiers with them CrossFitters do.
Oh yeah, the skiers. Yeah.
I feel like your back could get fucking cranked using that thing.
Yeah, probably could. Probably be good for you too, though. Honestly, like if you're doing it controlled, if you're not being wacky with it.
Oh, I mean,
I bet it would be great for you.
Oh, I don't mean like it'll hurt you. I mean it'll like make you fucking jacked.
Yeah.
It's just
I feel like
because I
feel like it'd be good too, just for like mobility and shit. Like you're reaching way up, you're going all the way down. You know what I'm saying? You're doing like this crazy up and down motion. I just feel like it would probably help with mobility and flexibility.
Probably. It looks like fun too.
I don't know if I agree with that. Some motherfuckers look like they're hurting on that motherfucker.
I mean, but if you owned it, you could be like, I might do 3 1-minute rounds, just all out. Because I mean, I've been for minutes straight, you'll be tired.
I've been getting into watching these fucking high rocks competitions, which is fucking. I think I sent it to you a while back, but like high rocks, it's HYROX. It's like indoor. Basically, it's CrossFit, but it's all indoor movements, and it's very specific. Like they don't switch it up. It's like it's a race. It's an indoor fitness race, and you like run a lap, which is like, I don't know, it's probably 400. I think it's 800 meters.
Oh yeah.
So you do an 800 meter run. It's kind of like remember when we did that 5 and 500 workout?
Yeah.
And it was like run a mile, do all these calisthenics, run a mile, do all these calisthenics. It's kind of like that. So they'll like run 800 meters, then they'll do that skier for like a certain amount of distance or calories, and then they'll run 800 meters, and then they'll do like sled pull and sled push for like so many reps, and then they'll run 800, and then they'll do jumping. What the fuck are the burpees, right? For like so many yards or whatever, and then they'll run 800, and it's like that. It's like that, and then a rower. It's crazy.
I know they're good for you, and they're badass. But
they suck.
Whenever I see a guy doing burpees in the gym, I'm like, tell me you've been to prison without telling me you've been to prison.
Yeah, it's definitely they call them prison push-ups, huh? They do the whole fucking burpee with a push-up, with the fucking knees up, with the fucking like all the 10 different step push-up.
We have this badass butcher shop here, but it's like Latino, and some of the dudes are homeboys that work there, and they go to my gym, and there's one of them was like busting. They're nice guys and great guys. They're super great guys. Nothing bad to say about them, but I was like, I seen them hitting like all the burpees and shit when I walked in the other morning. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Put some respect on his name, dog.
So if I ever went to prison, I'd be doing the fuck out of those, man.
Yeah, and get your traps huge.
I'd be working, son. I always like have weird fantasies. Like I know I'd never want to fucking be in prison, but I always had like fantasies like, what would I do if I was in prison? Like I'd be all focused on like studying, fucking working out, fucking just occupying my time with betterment. Like, but I don't want to also be worrying about getting shanked or fucking prison politics or fucking, the things that happen in prison.
Yeah, I don't want to get sucked into that shit. I already know I will.
Yeah.
I'm too persuadable. All right, bro. Hey, I gotta wrap it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
That's such a weird topic.
Let's wrap it up, B.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, so All right, we'll be back next week. Check us out on YouTube, Long Lost Brothers. Everywhere you can listen to podcasts, we're probably there. If we're not, just look at another one. You'll get us. At Real Brett Scott on TikTok. At Real Brett Scott all across the world.
Pretty much, yeah.
Same with me, Cole with a K. The Jesse Show, got some shorts up. Check them out if you like. If you don't, I got some funny reels on there. Might check those out. Yeah, that's about all I got, man.
Go like the Facebook page. Every once in a while we go live, and we'll do a live show, and it'll be streaming on the YouTube channel and or the Long Lost Brothers Facebook page. So yeah, just follow us everywhere if you want to know what we're up to.
Yeah, and you should definitely follow the Long Lost Brothers page because we need to get our followers up. So then we can go live on YouTube as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Peace be with you.
All right. See you next week, brother.